Hi, I'm Liz. I've been an improviser for many years. Everything in our life is improvised. So the skills you teach in the classroom are so applicable to real life. So I'm going to share some with you. Here are my notes from Improv. Yes and, also known as accept and build. Now this is one of the most famous improv tools. And it's fantastic for innovation, creativity, brainstorming, and it's also brilliant for communication as well. So yes and basically means I take what is offered and I add something to it. I like to think of it as building a house. I accept your brick and I add my own. You accept my brick and then you add your own, and so on and so on and so on. And then you build a house. If we don't accept each other's bricks, we don't make a house. It is about accepting the reality of what is offered. And this is a key thing. We spend so much time in our heads wishing things were a certain way. They're not. They are how they are. So you have to accept the reality of what is happening. And then you can build on that. There's no point building on a fantasy that you wish things were like, because they're not. And it's also important with yes and, just to be clear, yes and does not mean you never say no. Yes and does not mean you just roll over and let everyone walk all over you and say yes to everything. You can still have a yes and attitude to a conversation with somebody that you completely disagree with. But it's the way of communicating that is key. Yes means I affirm that I have heard what you're saying. This is really important. People need to know they've been heard, whether or not you agree with them. I've heard what you're saying, and then you removing negative language from your response, which allows a conversation to continue. As soon as you start using really negative language and blocking people, then conversation becomes very difficult. But yes, and you explore more possibilities together. It doesn't mean you have to do what they say. No. But you open the conversation. So yes, and accept the reality of what is happening. It is the only thing, and build on that. If you found that useful, do subscribe. There will be a lot more of those coming. Cheerio, have a lovely day. I hope it's a good one.